Okay, hi. My name is Sefo Costa, and I'm going to be teaching you. No, scratch that. I'm going to be informing you on why self defense in school should be taught. Okay, bullying and violence. Most of the time, kids get bullied, the most common type being that of rumors. And because of this, it can lead to violence. Fights, you can have fights at school, you can have screaming matches, all sorts of stuff. But because kids nowadays are being taught to live in a world of comfort, you don't get that luxury of my kid uh, is going to X school and he has a problem with Y. So if you teach them self defense, you can help them learn that it's okay to fight back. It's okay to stand up for yourself. With self defense, it's defined as you counteracting the force, whether that be shouting, physical force, pushing, punching. But I like to think about it as two types, with the first one being grappling, so i.e., wrestling, judo, Brazilian jiu jitsu, or striking, such as MMA, boxing, karate, those sorts of things. But with self defense, you can teach your kids how to be prepared, you can teach them discipline, but it can also have cons. Let's focus on the pros. The pros of self-defense is that you can get your kids active. You can have them help. You can have them learn teamwork because of the fact that you know, they're sparring, and they're also learning with the other kid. And they might even fall in love with the sport if you put them through self-defense. Now, as for cons, we have a little bit of a problem. With the cons of self-defense is that they might become the bully themselves because they're gonna let the mentality of, oh, I got hands, which means I'm better than you, or they win their first fight and they're like, okay, I know that I can fight now. I have the confidence to do that. They could also injure themselves if they're having a hard time, you know, they failed a test. Okay, I'll work out to feel better. They might end up overworking themselves because it affected them more than they thought. Another thing is that they might get obsessed with the fact that they can fight. They might get obsessed and be more prone to violence. They can develop anger issues. And finally, for life challenges, when you when you teach them self-defense, they can allow them, like in their future, they'll be able to protect themselves and their family if they have one. If they're confronted with a situation where violence is the only option, they'll be able to actually defend themselves and actually be able to learn. No, they'll be actually be able to pass down what they've learned. Excuse me. With that being said, if you put them through these classes, they might develop friendships that allow them to create lifetime bonds, and they might even coach kids that who need help understanding how to throw a punch or how to execute an armbar or something like that. Just in general, give knowledge out and pass on what they've learned while also learning themselves. And finally, these are my references. Thank you for listening to me speak. Have a great day.